All right. Are we live, guys? How we doing? Sorry about that taking a little bit too long to start there. All right. I see we've got some viewers. So, everybody, welcome to this live stream. I apologize for any background noise. My kid is still up and playing, so bear with me with that. My girlfriend is trying to keep him as quiet as possible, but it's a hard task with that boy. So, but anyways, guys, we're here to discuss, have a little fun at this guy named Frauditor Troll's expense. He's just made a video, and we're gonna review it. Have a little discussion about that. So just give me a second. We're gonna get that up. Let's see. All right, now I was just looking through the comments, and we're gonna go over the comments as well. But guys, so anybody who hasn't seen it already, which I assume that most of the people here have, is that it's important for everyone to know that this guy, Frauditor Troll, has taken what was, I think, around a 27, 28-minute video. Maybe it was even 30 minutes. And he cut it down to 14:58, which is about, obviously, it's about 15 minutes. And 30 seconds of it is the intro. Probably about 3 minutes of it is him doing commentary. And, of course, he's cut out any part that doesn't fit his narrative. And his subscribers just eat this up. They come and watch this stuff too. You may see a few of them in the comment section. But anyways, let's jump right into the video, guys. I'm going to be doing commentary on it as well, and we'll keep checking it out.
In today's video, we have Craig from CH&T Audits acting like a complete asshole while he's trying to inspect records. Why is he trying to inspect records? I have no idea, because obviously he has no clue what he's looking for. Enjoy the video.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
County Courthouse. You already know what it is. We got Ty. I'm CH.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. What happened to your alleged Fourth Amendment violation over here? You don't care about that anymore? What a hypocrite.
All right, guys. So and it looks like we're about to get a ad, so we'll let that play and we'll skip it. But guys, this guy is saying I'm a hypocrite. He's saying that I alleged that every time you go through a courthouse scanner, it's an alleged Fourth Amendment violation. What's up, Rogue Nation? I see you in the chat. You should come up here and join me towards the end of this, man. This isn't going to be going on very long. We're just going to review this video. But guys, I've never said that that's a Fourth Amendment violation. But I guess that it would be. I don't know. I don't think that it's reasonable that every time somebody goes into the place where their constitutional rights are supposed to be most sacred, right? A courthouse, that's kind of the only place that you would expect, well, here, my rights are going to be protected, that people have their rights violated. But that's neither here nor there. Before this live stream, I've never commented on that issue. So I don't know, maybe he's thinking of somebody else, but either way, let's keep going.
How's it going? You work here? You don't? Okay, cool.
I don't know why they keep so much dead air in the video. I think obviously it's to make it longer so they get more ad revenue from it, but I don't do that, so I'm going to cut straight to the action.
Right, and that's just his excuse, right? That's like him setting it up for him to just cut out all information that would be relevant to anything I'm saying in the video and just cut to the ones where he can make me look bad. I see Mr. For Twitch, where is the frauditor troll? Seeing as he doesn't actually have any substantial input ever, he always asks other people to just come up and insult me. Uh, I don't really think that he's wanting to come up here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he does want to come up, but he usually doesn't defend any of his viewpoints. He just kind of insults people and makes fun of people. So, and obviously he cuts his videos to make himself look good. I mean, they always say, right? People that call us frauditors, they always say, "Oh, well, look, you cut the videos to make us look bad." And then when we don't cut the videos, they complain and say, "Oh, there's too much dead air in here." Okay, like there's no winning with these folks, right? They're just bootlickers straight to the core. But even so, let's check it out. Hey, and Rogue, man, what do you say about coming up here to the panel when this is over? Because I want to have a discussion with you about a live stream a few days ago. I saw you in his comments. I want to talk to you about it. But let's keep going with the video. So he's just set himself up to cut out a lot of the video and try to make me look bad. So this is after he cut some out.
Well, turn your phones off while you're copying.
I just like stuff. You seem like a nice guy. I'd like to talk to you. Have a nice, friendly conversation with you.
I hope you have a nice day.
Oh, it is a nice day.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, it truly is.
Any tips for your living here?
I saw them when I was walking up. I was like, what is going on here? Is this a schoolhouse or something? But
No, it's a sort of, it's an orange place of learning.
that's kind of weird how that happens. Because we were in Dubois County and they had a field trip come to the sheriff's office just today.
Yeah.
At this point, they're starting to sound like Audit Them. They're looking for records while they have no clue what they're even looking for, and they're just trying to be a giant pain in people's asses.
Right. So Ty's literally just recording what he can see in public. He didn't say he was looking for records or anything. He's just looking at whatever was left out on the table, which shouldn't make anybody feel any type of way or anything. I don't really watch Audit Them's videos, but I mean, so I don't know if we're looking like him, but if he looks anything like us, I'm sure he's a great auditor. But let's see. Let's see here. Hell yeah, Rogue has agreed to come up. That sounds great, man. That sounds great. But no, Felon Filming 5.0. There's not a StreamYard link. This is a solo act until the panel is done. But yeah, so we're not looking for any records in particular right now at all. We're not even looking at them yet.
We'll probably have some more field trips.
Yeah.
Two of the elementaries.
Are you authorized to be back there? Are they authorized to be back there?
It's a public,
Okay, I just saw your thing for it now.
yeah, it was.
I'll make sure to pay you before I leave for the pictures of different copies. $1 per page for pictures and videos in there.
Wait, what? Are you saying that if I did something like
You have to pay for that.
that?
Yeah.
I have to pay for it now?
2, 3, 4.
What? It's two pages, so take it times 2, so like 10.
Every page that you just filmed, which was about 6 of them, you owe $6 for. Well, 12 of them, okay, so you owe $12.
What's gonna happen if I don't pay it?
I don't know, I can call the cop up here. And,
Oh, man. Oh,
well, I don't want to either, so don't do that stuff, okay?
okay.
You're just aggravating me, you want to aggravate me, I got that. I've already been told about how that.
I like.
My name's John Cefalu, and
Oh,
I'm the CEO of the Bills.
I just want to make a point that this guy said that he doesn't like to put too many ads in his videos. I've ran into 3 since I've started it. And we didn't even look when you reach this point in the video in ours. It was like 15 minutes deep. you probably didn't even have 2 advertisements in that period of time because we don't even add them. We let YouTube do it automatically. We don't have any say in that. So I don't. This guy's a total hypocrite. He's I mean, look, saying that we don't do it to get ad revenue would be a total lie. Like, we do it because we're passionate about it, but we wouldn't be able to continue doing it if we didn't get revenue. Like, this stuff's got to be funded, right? Our supporters don't have bottomless pits for pockets. So of course we've got to make some revenue doing it on our own. We're not stealing anybody's money. People willingly give us the money from ads, right? We provide entertainment to people by doing First Amendment audits, and advertisers want to pay to put their ads on our videos. Nobody's getting robbed of this at all. So these guys just sit there and whine and cry like melting snowflakes, and that's what goes on. But yeah, CRA audits, yeah, he's making money off of my videos. That's another point. Like, I don't hate on people, really, right? Like, I don't. But this is a lot of hate coming from a guy who gets food put on the table by me, right? He ought to call me Pops for all I care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out here feeding him and his overweight wife and his kids, and he's out here insulting me every time he gets a chance. Isn't that a little bit rude? Like, he should be thanking me. He should say that, I just want to give a big shout out to CH and Ty. They put a lot of food on the table, a lot, because obviously that family eats a lot. But, instead I just get hate, which is fine. I'm not going to cry about it, but I'm just making the point, right? So let's continue this. Oh.
You're just aggravating me. You're aggravating me. I got that. I've already been told about all that.
I like you, ma'am. I like you. You're all right. You're a sucker if you're going to fix your pages, man.
I mean, it's a business. It's a work product.
Yeah.
Craig called the other guy a sucker for paying for the pages he's viewing. Well, that's what the procedure is. That's the law. Not everybody's a sovereign citizen like you that doesn't pay taxes and just sells weed to make money.
So this guy just wants to try and insult me at every corner, which is fine. He knows I don't sell weed, right? I make plenty of money off of YouTube revenue. But anyways, he says then I'm a sovereign citizen, which I know he watched the whole video, and he knows that I actually brought up the APRA, which is the Access to Public Records Act, which governs the dissemination of public information to the public. Right? Those are the procedures. Those are the laws. And I explained it to them, and it says in there that you only have to pay if the agency is incurring a cost by providing it to you. Well, if I'm literally pulling the pieces of paper out and filming them with my own camera, it doesn't cost them anything to provide it to me, right? That's the law. That's what I'm following. I'm not a sovereign citizen, right? I mean, there's no such thing, as many people will point out in the comments. Right? There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. If you're a citizen of somewhere, you're going to be forced to live by their rules anyways, right? Now, you can say you're a sovereign, but that doesn't mean the government of whatever country you're residing in isn't going to attack you for what you do. So, yeah, no doubt, Modern Retro Radio. By the way, guys, I did an interview with this guy right here, Modern Retro Radio, and he's got a radio station that's accessible online, and I believe it broadcasts in the Nashville area over the radio waves. I could be wrong there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Modern Retro Radio. But I just made a community post, so you're going to want to check that out. It's got the time that it's going to be released on his platform. You're going to want to make sure you tune into that because we went over some great topics. But anyways, guys, this guy frauditor troll just claimed that I'm a sovereign citizen and I'm breaking the law. And of course, he conveniently cuts out the part where I bring up the law. I actually bring up the law, and I put it in writing in front of a cop and in front of anybody else who wants to see it, but nobody wants to see it. So anyways, let's continue on with the video. Let's see how bad he can make me look here.
Can't force you to pay for something that you already have, and it's not a business. This is a government entity. So, all right,
The paper isn't free.
Yeah, that's right. That is correct. You actually familiar with the APRA, the Access to Public Records Act?
Well, you're accessing it right now.
Yes.
You say it's free.
Well, the Access to Public Records Act actually outlines all of that information in the act itself. I'm not taking pictures, man.
He is.
Can't read it.
See that.
It ain't gonna pick it up from here. You could even look and see yourself. Can't read that.
Okay. But I could tell you about that APRA if you'd be interested. I'm somewhat of a legal scholar myself.
Are you?
You serious? Here's how to heal your teeth and gums.
Oh gosh, guys, this is the fourth ad that we ran into, and what is that? It's like 7 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, less than 7 minutes. But anyways, guys, he's about to make fun of me for saying that I'm a legal scholar, and I must admit, that's the only room that he's got to make fun of me on this video. I'm not a legal scholar. I don't give a damn about the law unless it applies to me, like, explicitly with what I do. So he's about to say it. But really, you know, anything I did learn about the law, I didn't learn it from, he's about to say something about the YouTube University or whatever. I didn't learn anything from YouTube, right? I learned it from professors at the Mises Institute as far as the Constitution goes, or my man Peter Schiff. And, you know, other than that, I've read books on, I don't care about the law. Like, I read books on economics. I've read books about the stock market, about Austrian economics, about historical economics. I just don't care about this stuff. Here we go. We got one of the bootlickers in the chat. Guys, we got a bootlicker in the chat. He's in the chat, everybody. Yeah. I mean, hey, and he says low life coward. All right. Well, hey, Weinsvei, you can come up, man. You can come onto the panel when we're ready to have you. There's no problem. Don't even block this guy. That's fine. I really don't care to block him. But yeah, so let's continue on. Let's see what he has to say.
You serious?
Are you kidding me? Craig just said he's a legal scholar. What kind of legal scholar worked in a factory 3 months ago? Give me a break, Craig.
Records Act. Yep. Yeah, and it just says that if you're going to charge for the records, it has to be consistent with the cost that was necessary to provide the records. So if I'm in here and I can see it with my own two eyes, it can cost you guys $8.
This is for us, not my eyes.
I know, but it's government. They all got to follow the law, right?
Give her a moment.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a date.
Before we started out with some food, but we had to still put on. So that's what that's about. And you will have to talk to the students about it. Down in your area. And find out what you need to do. I know they gave everybody. How long do you have?
Yeah, I've been there for 15 years.
Oh, okay. We should have been information on that.
I mean, come on, Craig. What was the point of doing all this? Obviously, you're not looking for anything in particular. I doubt you can even read. So why are you doing this?
And then he cuts it out, right? He totally cuts it out. I was looking for a date. I was looking for something close to 1980 to confirm my suspicion that interest rates were somewhere around 20% for a period of time, which I didn't find in there, but I just Googled it later and found that I was right. So either way, you know, I was looking for something. This guy just wants to cut that part out so that he has some more juice. Because, I mean, look, these people, they're very overweight, right? As you can see, the thumbnail ticker, and we feel sorry for them, right? They're extremely overweight. You know, we definitely feel sorry for people like this because not only are they overweight, but they're actually immobile. So all they can do is, I believe, sit at their computer desk all day and hate on people who walk around government buildings, which is unfortunate. You know, he does this, and you know, so we're happy to contribute to all the food that is set on Frauditor Troll's table. I estimate that I contribute about 20% to his household income, and thank God that we can help people like this out. I mean, this is the thing about taking the higher ground. is that even when people hate on you, you still help them out. I would never file a copyright claim against this guy. I would just help. I just help this guy feed his extremely overweight whale of a wife and his family, and so that's what we do here at CH and Tie Audits. We support the fat trolls. So yeah, thank you, and I appreciate that. I don't need that, guys. I don't need that. And Letty, I don't know. I don't have the picture, as a matter of fact. That's on my other computer, so I don't have it right now. But it's and Electric Outdoors. We're not going to do that. We don't do that here. We love to help these guys. Yeah, we got to feed them, right? We got to help them put their food on their table. So we would never deprive them of that. But let's keep going. We're at 7:45. The last ad was at 6:45. So we probably got another 15 seconds before another ad pops up.
I
just let the camera roll, man.
You're going to public offices, filming things, taking pictures, and not paying for items that you should be paying for.
No, the APRA is the law. It says that I should.
Well, then you can take that up with the courts.
All right,
you're not going to take that up with the court.
Sue me.
Or anyone working here.
They ain't about to try to tell me that I'm gonna pay for this. Somebody in here that works here, please try to tell me I gotta pay for that shit. It ain't happening.
He wants to walk without paying for the copy. You have to pay. If you have to pay for the copies, it's going to be paid.
And I don't have to pay for them, man. I keep bringing up the APRA and this shit is going over their heads like,
Well, you can sit around reading the APRA all day long.
I don't read it. It's like literally like a 4-page.
Oh yeah, I knew it was coming up close. I knew it was coming close. And people may be like, well, just watching this, you're contributing to them. Guys, I contribute so much goddamn money to them just by providing them with the videos. I'm not gonna ponder on a measly 8 ads that they fit into a 15-minute video.
I would just like to leave now. If you don't mind. You've gotten everything.
It's a public office, and I'm conversating with this gentleman.
I didn't say you had to. I said I would like for you to.
Okay.
I'm asking you to.
All right, that's great. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe if I get an apology from this gentleman, I'll leave.
He doesn't know
You're the one who came in here attacking me.
I didn't attack anybody. I
You
just
came in here
asked.
filming, you called me a sucker for following the law and paying for copies.
You don't get it, man. I'm quoting the law. You're saying that you feel like you should pay for it. So
Well, if
We don't know your quote the law. You have to pocket.
If you're just set on that, how about you take
you have
it?
your smartphone on you?
Say it again.
Okay,
You
never
have
mind.
yours.
All right, I'm recording, but that's fine. I got my cover. You got enough data for this?
What?
You got enough data to roll?
Oh, yeah.
What are you trying to achieve? You haven't answered that question.
Look, man, I don't instigate, I don't agitate, I educate, right?
Give me a break. He just said he doesn't instigate, he doesn't agitate, he educates. Come on. Your lines are so cheesy.
People try to
And look, I mean, this is the thing. So as first, I want to start off. Charles Murray, can you tell me what auditor or frauditor he's talking about? I'm talking about a guy whose channel's name is Frauditor Troll. You're going to want to stay as far away from it as you can. I'm just doing this review to show everybody how the mind of a bootlicker actually works here. So, but anyways, he said that my rhymes or my lines are cheesy. And look, I don't do this stuff to agitate. Although I can see he doesn't appreciate. If I went near him, I may gravitate towards him. All right, and I'm just going off on a tangent. But anyways, guys, we'll just keep on going. All he had to say was that I'm cheesy. So, I don't know. And we'll just keep going. I don't have a response to that. Maybe I am cheesy. Who knows?
violate, then I litigate.
If you would leave, that wouldn't agitate us or instigate anything else in this.
If you would evacuate back to your office, then it would be impossible for me to instigate, right?
You got to get everything.
I think you looked at everything, you came back here and they voluntarily went that way, so.
I think that was a threat.
What?
You just back to your office, talking down to her like she's nobody.
Yeah, well, I've been on.
Oh, no, you're talking down to me now.
Nobody talk.
That's enough. I just wanted to show this, right?
You can show them real quick and then let's go share.
We don't do unlawful orders, man. We're just staying as long as we feel like it's necessary in this public office.
Okay, so you feel like it's necessary.
As long as they're gonna say that I'm breaking the law or something, I'm gonna have to show them the law. And
Did anybody, you guys say that he was breaking the law at all?
saying that I have to pay for the records. So until then, all right. So let's see here. It's gonna take me a while to find it. It's like a 4-page document. So
Obviously, he's not going to pay for it. He's an asshole. And even if he would want to pay for it, I don't think he can afford it. So anyways, we're going to move to the ending because I'm tired of seeing his stupid smug look on his face.
So guys, I'll be honest, I don't have the money to pay for it. All that money that I would have used to pay for it was already taken from me in taxes. And if he's asking if I actually have the cash to cover it, if I wanted it and I didn't pay taxes, well then yeah, maybe I would have it, but I really don't care to pay for it. So I don't got no money for them. He's right. But Lenny, how's it going, man? How's it going? The Celtic people are in the house, everybody. He's from Ireland, or maybe I think he's from Scotland, but his heritage is obviously Irish there or something. I don't know. Saying Celtic or something. But anyways, yeah, he accused me of not having as much money as I should have paid for. That's fine. I don't care how much money people think I have. But he said he's sick of seeing my smug smile. Well, he watches an awful lot of my videos to hate seeing it. But yeah, yeah, exactly, Duran. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing the smug look, but I watch all of his videos. And they also see how I'm victorious in like every single one of my videos. So he sees that smug smile a lot because it's like that's the sweet taste of victory. When I'm right and they're wrong. You know, I feel like playing that song, you know, We Are the Champions, except it should just be written, I am the champion. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Letty. I know it. I'm just kidding with you, man.
for sure.
So outside of monetizing this agitation online,
I just sit and watch it for pleasure.
what is your motive for doing this?
Oh, I just love it.
Do you have any underlying passion or any law that you're trying to change or any movement that you're trying to be a part of? Or are you just monetizing this for YouTube?
I mean, I don't expect you to understand, man. You seem like a communist to me, so.
Oh, I'm a communist now.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
You guys know Craig. Anybody that doesn't agree with his purge idea, they're all communists to him. Well, I'll tell you what, the purge is never going to happen because it makes no sense. So don't worry. Your little fantasy world is not going to come to fruition.
What's up?
I'm not going to respond to that as much as I'd like to. I've got like 3 live streams with him, I think, where I explain that I don't want what's depicted in the movie The Purge, but he's got a thick head, right? All that food I've been feeding him is getting to him. You know, he can't stop thinking about his next bag of chips. So, anyways, we're just going to continue on.
Sun is down sometimes, right?
What you called this place a place of business.
Hey, I'm
Right.
scared.
I said I'm doing a business here.
You said this is a place of business. We got it on
This
recording.
You definitely said that this is a place of business.
It is.
This is a place of government.
Goods are exchanged back and forth. The service is provided. That's a business.
A business is somewhere where you provide a service or a good and people are willing to pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not willing to pay for any of this. These
You
people don't
understand
make
that
money
people
on it.
have to, if you buy a house and you get your deed, you have to bring it.
Right, so you come in and maybe pay $10, for all the pages that you've copied. Do you think that supports all these people's salaries?
You understand that you have to pay to record anything too, right?
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's like I've literally been sitting here explaining to him that you don't have to.
Yeah.
To go back to YouTube and monetize.
Okay, you'd like me to explain that? Okay. Well, man, really, what we do is we don't like paying for government buildings. Right? We don't consent to the money that they take from us in the form of taxes with the threat of violence if we don't pay for it. Right? Because if you don't pay taxes, people come to your door and they say, look, we're going to need to take your car. We're going to need to take your desktop. We're going to need to take your house. So, there's that. But while they force us to pay for it, and while they force us to comply with all this nonsense that's totally unconstitutional. There's no freedom involved in it. We're going to come in here and use the little rights that we do have. The First Amendment says there shall be no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, which is what we are. We disseminate information that the public may be interested in.
Give me a break. You're as much a journalist and press as I am a brain surgeon. Hey, I can buy a scalpel at Walmart and all of a sudden I'm a brain surgeon. Anyways, Craig does not disseminate information. He disseminates entertainment by acting like a complete asshole and having attitude. Some of his dumb followers find that entertaining. I don't. I just want to expose him, but that's what he is. Do not mistake yourself for the press, Craig.
All right, guys, and that takes a lot of addressing. First, I want to get to Hezekiah's comment. This guy he kind of does a frauditor troll-esque approach to videos. Making money is capitalism. Yeah, if you're private. But if you're a public worker making money, if you make money, you're getting paid by tax dollars. You're not getting paid by somebody who's willing to pay you. You're getting paid by coerced, payment. That's not capitalism. That's what's called communism, when the government owns the means of production. So, but I mean, or controls it, really. I mean, really, that, as far as I'm concerned, they're all the same thing. So Hezekiah, you're just wrong. But anyways, he says that my supporters are dumb. Anybody who supports me is 10 times smarter than these clowns on Frauditor Troll's channel. I mean, like, they're probably 20 times smarter than Frauditor Troll himself. But his fans, I mean, you should see some of these comments. I've not seen one of my people comment about, oh, we should attack these cops. I want to see their face stomped in. But, like, tons of his supporters will just resort to violence immediately. I don't agree with him, so we should, and I've literally seen this, we should make him swallow his own blood. We should make sure that he's eating his own teeth. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is what his supporters want. They want people to get hurt. That's like the first indication of just idiocy, right? If you can't actually support your arguments with logic, you just resort to violence. So, but it's okay. I mean, and as far as disseminating information, the Supreme Court ruled that anybody with a camera can be press. So I wonder if the Supreme Court ruled if anybody with a scalpel is a heart surgeon, if he would still dispute that. Let's see.
Candy. Some of that.
Some of that government candy.
Yeah. I paid for it, I think, so.
Well, there you have it. Craig eating candy and acting like a complete clown as usual. I know this guy is really frustrating to watch, but don't worry. He's going to end up in handcuffs pretty soon. This guy is always breaking the law, so it's just a matter of time before he's behind bars again. Anyways.
All right, so he just assures his fans, don't worry. He's going to be arrested soon. He's going to be thrown in a cage soon. And they're all really, really great. They're really happy to hear that. But anyways, he didn't show a few parts in that. So, first of all, and we want to bring Rogue up here as well. I'd like to bring Rogue up. So I'm going to actually drop the link. Rogue, if you're still in there, I guess I'll call you Major. I don't know when he's going to be promoted to Colonel, but I heard he got his promotion to Major here. So I dropped the link. Rogue, that's for you right now. Everybody else will bring you up after me and Rogue are done talking. But for now, that's just for Rogue. I've wanted to have him on a panel for a while, talk to him about some things. But I want to go and show you guys this while we're waiting. While we're waiting on Major Lee Awesome to come up to the panel, I want to show you guys this.
You lose it, right? So we're just in here, man. And look, you were a little bit rude. You called me, I think, immature asshole, right? So, but hey, look, I love you, man. You're my brother. I'm going to fight for your rights every day that I'm breathing on this earth, whether you appreciate it or not. All right?
All right, thank you for answering that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yes, no problem, man. Awesome. All right.
All right. So, Rogue, thanks for coming up. I want to make the point to the supporters that he left this part out. He left the part out where the guy who was recording me, asking me all these questions, actually just said, thanks for answering the question, put his phone up, and was satisfied with my reasoning for being in there recording. Obviously, he didn't want to show that to his supporters, that there could be somebody who actually has a reason, which, as soon as he did that, I retreat as well. No reason to rub in a victory to somebody who swallows their own pride. and checks it out. So, Rogue, you've come up here, man. Thanks for joining us. Vet Tech Kimmy, I'm sure, was a big part of that. They gave me money for some candy to bring you up. So, thank you, Vet Tech Kimmy. But, man, how's it going today? What you been up to?
Excellent, man. I just did a 5.5 hour drive to come on up to South Carolina, and I'll be doing some work up here for a couple of days.
Hell
So
yeah, dude.
feeling
That
pretty
sounds
good.
great, man. I
Oh, I
bet.
love it. Yeah,
Yeah, is South Carolina pretty beautiful?
it is. It's pretty beautiful. In a lot of areas, it's pretty poor. So
Okay.
yeah, there's a lot of desolate and rundown areas. So it could be
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay, well I can't wait to see what's coming up from you on your channel. But man, I really wanted to have you up a couple days ago because I saw you in the comments section of a video, and I was like really happy to see that it wasn't only you in there, but I was really loving the points you were making. Um, and I'm not sure that you even agreed with everything I said, but you certainly called out the idiocy that this guy Kick was spewing out of his mouth. And I wanted to show everybody kind of. I won't show everybody the whole thing because it's a 9-minute video, but I want to show people kind of a clip that this Kick guy came up and said, and his supporters just ate it up. I mean, no understanding of history. They've got no knowledge at all. And these people are just out here. They're like, yes, thank God somebody insulted Craig using, no facts at all. They just spewed out stuff at him, and they really owned him this time. So let's check out what these idiots think is just a total win for them.
Arrested for murder, felony murder within states. You wouldn't have. The Bill of Rights is a dead document. It is a historical referential document in the building of our country. The Constitution.
The Bill of Rights was passed after the Constitution, as was the Declaration. So
no. The Declaration of Independence was prior to the Constitution, sir. You have your history
as a federal law. It is the first
it is
law.
not a federal law. The Bill of Rights was enacted, and if you read it, the Bill of Rights does actually mention, and I want you to pay attention to this part, a creator which has imbued us with these rights. Okay, now that type of language.
The Bill of Rights does not say that.
I highly recommend you go back and read.
No, I'm
because.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stop it there, just because I really just don't want to go over the whole thing. Now, look, I made a mistake. I said that the Declaration was passed as a federal law. It was recognized by the federal Congress right after the Constitution was dubbed as the new federal form of government. So I can admit when I was wrong. It's not a federal law. It was just recognized by the first congressional, hearing or whatever it is. It was recognized by the Congress. But this guy says the Bill of Rights was before the Constitution. It's totally dead now. The only thing that applies to the Constitution. And then he says that the Bill of Rights mentions or references a creator. Now, I saw you in the comments tearing this apart. What is your take on that as you see it now?
I gotta say that I don't know if you see my comment that I posted on there solo, because a lot of the comments I just replied to, but I posted one comment on there solo with me just giving a review of the video. And I said in that comment that I had never seen ignorance so celebrated as I had that day by the people in those comments. Just like you said, just like, I get into psychology, so it's interesting to me to see how these people react, and not just them, everybody, but them specifically, how they reacted to this guy. Like just spewing nonsense. So it confirmed for me, that hardly anybody knows what the hell's going on with the founding and stuff like that, because every one of those people in there, almost everyone, there were some people that were like, Kit got it wrong. But even then, those people got attacked, even though they weren't supporters of yours. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, I'm not really a supporter of Craig, but Kick did get all this wrong, and they're like, oh, well, he didn't get anything wrong. And I explained it to one guy in there, a guy named Adam. I explained it to him, like, thing's messing up. I explained it to him like 6 or 7 times and different comments, and he couldn't get it. Um, so while we're touching on that subject real quick, just to clarify for people, so everybody knows, the Declaration of Independence is actually a law, and so is the
Oh,
Articles of Confederation, and so is the Constitution and the Northwest Ordinance. Those are what's considered the 4 founding organic laws of our country. And you can find all 4 of those in what's known as the front matter of the U.S. Code. And so what happens is when a country is formed, it's formed by organic laws. Okay. And most countries have one, but we were going through a kind of like a stage, a founding stage. So we went from the Declaration to the Articles of Confederation, and then not a lot of people realize this, but the Northwest Ordinance is also one of our founding organic documents. And that was passed, I think, like 3 months before the Constitution was in 1787. And if you look at the Northwest Ordinance, it has a lot of rights in there that eventually become part of the 10 Amendments.
okay.
And not a lot of people realize that. Yeah. But yeah, they're
And I'll be
absolutely
honest with
laws.
you,
They're
Rogue.
organic.
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to say, like, the only reason I said the Declaration was passed as a federal law afterwards is because I've heard seminars from a guy named Judge Andrew Napolitano. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but that was, and he's like, he's
Yeah, the old
was nominated.
Fox guy.
Yeah, yeah, but he's also a member. He's a senior member of a place called the Mises Institute, which is a center that I study from pretty much exclusively, which has got a lot of historical value and a lot of economic
It,
insights that you don't
it's
get anywhere else.
Australian economics, isn't it?
Yeah, Austrian
Australia,
economics. That's right.
Austrian.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, and
Yeah,
so, but yeah, he
I've
was
read
he
some of
was
their
the one
stuff.
in one of his seminars. Yeah, that's great because I think that they're just spot on about most stuff. Like I don't agree with, especially Judge Andrew Napolitano, but if the guy's gonna say, and he's been a judge for like 30 years, if he's gonna say the Declaration of Independence is a federal law, who am I to doubt the guy? I looked it up and it said that it was. It's literally at the beginning of every U.S. federal code book, but they want to deny this even farther. I even had a prosecutor come on later in that interview, as you saw, that said, "Well, it wasn't a federal law; it was just recognized by the Congress." But no, yeah, I think you're spot
Recognized
on. I
by the
mean,
Congress as being a founding law. Yeah, that's why it was recognized by Congress, because it's a
yeah,
founding
exactly.
organic law. It's something that could never go away. The principles in the Declaration of Independence could never go away. Just like the Articles of Confederation, they could never be voided. And so when you read the Constitution, it says right up front that any contracts entered into have to be complied with by the Constitution. The Constitution doesn't override any contracts that we had already entered into, which the Articles of Confederation was a contract that we had entered into that was for a perpetual union, meaning forever. Um,
Yeah,
and
and if the Articles of Confederation could never be overridden by the Constitution, then whoever wrote that provision in the Constitution has to be rolling in their grave right now because we just stomp on the Articles every chance the government gets to. I mean, the taxes alone stomp on them because the federal law isn't even allowed to impose taxes on the state citizens in the Articles, not in the Constitution, but in the Articles it says that the federal government basically has to ask the state governments to raise funds, and the states can choose whether they want to or not. So I mean,
well,
they
yeah,
they just don't.
that's why we got the Constitution, was because the elites at the
Yeah, because
time didn't have the
Hamilton.
mechanisms they needed. Yep, Hamilton was one of them, but
Yeah,
the Federalists, they didn't have the resources they needed in which to plunder. So they
that's
said,
right.
Madison came together with a couple of people. It was at the, I want to say it was at the Annapolis Convention, which was a convention held in which Madison decided that, hey, we need a constitutional convention. But there were only 12 people at the Annapolis Convention. Okay, and they all
Just
sat around and
deciding for
decided,
all of
hey,
us.
absolutely, and they decided, hey, we need to do this, this constitutional convention. And so when you look into the history of the constitutional convention, one thing you'll find out is that all the states had represented here to amend the Articles of Confederation. No one was sent there to start a constitution. No one was sent there for that.
Yeah. It
So it was
was
kind
just
of
a
like a
surprise
backdoor
attack,
deal.
basically. Exactly. Yeah, it was
That's
not.
right.
It was not supposed to be what it a constitutional convention at all. You're totally right. It was something that was basically just sprung upon us last second, and a lot of people said it was kind of like equivalent to a hostile takeover because we had no clue this shit was coming at all. I mean,
Some historians, some historians have gone so far as to call it the Second Revolution,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
call
and
it
they wouldn't be far off.
the bloodless. No, to me, I don't think they're far off at all. If you look up the makeup of the Constitutional Convention, there was like, I can't remember the exact number of delegates that ended up going to the Constitutional Convention, but out of all of them, uh, there were only like 3 anti-federalists. So if you can imagine a constitutional convention today with most of the delegates being the party that you didn't vote for, that would have been the constitutional convention. So if you're a Democrat, imagine a constitutional convention where 57 people were Republican and 3 were Democrat. Or if you're a Republican, think
Yeah,
of a constitutional convention where 57 were Democrats and 3 were Republicans. How even do you think was the shakeout and all of that?
yeah. I mean, it's that I didn't know that honestly, but that's something crazy. I had no clue about that.
Well,
It
people at the
seems,
time didn't know that either because the Constitutional Convention was shut off from citizens. And the only notes that were taken by like Madison and a couple of other gentlemen that were there, they weren't even released until after their deaths. So nobody knew what
yeah,
happened at the Constitutional Convention for like
yeah,
30
that's
or
right.
40
Yeah, I did
years,
know that.
except what they
I
came
did
out.
know that.
Yep.
Yep. And it is out there. I mean, like, and that's the thing that these people like want to. They're crazy. All these. I don't know what the opposite of the compact theory for the Constitution is, but it's not a theory anymore. It's a compact fact. If you look at the people who are ratifying the Constitution, they used language such as this Constitution, this government, that the powers of this government are few and defined. They didn't want all these implied powers. They didn't want all this interpretation of the document to go on. They wrote exactly what they meant it to be. And it was supposed to be that. And nowadays they just stomp all over it, give powers to everybody without even regarding the Constitution. I think it was when they were trying to pass Obamacare in 2008. Some reporter asked Nancy Pelosi, where is the healthcare provision in the Constitution? And Pelosi replied something like, "Are you serious? The Constitution? Like these people have no respect for the Constitution." But these are the kind of people that frauditor troll and all them love. And just since you're up here and we're checking this out, I want to kind of look at some comments from these people. I don't know, guys. Put one in the comment or put one in our comment section if you can hear or if you can read what's being put up on the screen right now. These are comments from his supporters, from frauditor troll supporters. Let's see. 2. Okay, smoking auditor. Thank you for that. Let's see if we can I don't know how to really zoom in on it. But anyways, guys, I'll
Just
read
put
it
your
out to you.
cursor over like.
Yeah. Here we go. We'll highlight it. Okay, so he goes, LOL. Craig will look back at this in a few years and be so embarrassed if his ego doesn't strangle the life right out of him. And then there's 5 replies. Apparently only 3 are being shown, even though Frauditor Troll claims to not block anybody. 2 comments are blocked. But of course he keeps the one, if his ego doesn't strangle the life right out of him, and that's in quotations. ... that, or if a person doesn't strangle the life right out of him with a fingers crossed emoji. So these people are just like loving that, like just they're literally like just they can't get over the thought of somebody strangling me to death. I mean, or at least that's what's implied. Then we've got another one. It is time to put a violent end to these frauditors. Then someone replies, seems like that's what they are seeking. If the cops don't do it, the people will. The people are on our side, right? If the people didn't actually love what we do, this wouldn't be a viable business model, right? We couldn't make videos for people and maintain it without a full-time job. We wouldn't go very far. But these people are just they're violent. They want me to they want all of us. They want me, Rogue, the whole lot of us to get hurt and put a stop to our exercising of freedoms. So Utah working on it right now. Every state should follow behind. That's disturbing to hear. Exactly. The time has come. These jerks need to be deleted. All right. So these are the kind of people. And I'll say, I never ever see a comment in my comment section saying we need to delete the police officers' lives. Now, maybe they want to take away their ability to get employed on the public dime while assaulting and harassing the public. I've seen comments like that. They want to see these people lose the tax money that they receive. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that because that tax money wasn't theirs in the first place, right? But these people actually want to see violence imposed on what they call frauditors, which is simply people that go out and exercise their rights and inform people of what their rights are, which in my opinion it seems pretty disturbing. What's your take on that, Majorly Awesome?
Well, we're fighting against beliefs, and the problem is that ever since public school came around about 150 years ago, was right around the time that the government realized that if you control people's beliefs, you can control their actions. And so what happened is they thought up this great ideal. It was actually Rockefeller, and he wanted to educate the people, but educate them only enough to do menial tasks. And Woodrow Wilson actually gave a speech in 1908 to the New York Teachers Association about this. And he said, with the time that we have and the amount of people that we have, we can only do one of two things. We, by necessity, we have to educate the masses to do menial tasks. And with, a smaller percentage, we can actually educate them. And so what's happened here in America is that the people that are running the show, they go to Princeton, they go to Harvard, they go to Yale, and they get educated enough to where they can actually, think, critically think, logic, rational thought, that kind of stuff. And then we have the majority of people moving through public schools, even private schools use the public school curriculum, that kind of stuff. And
of course, they're forced to.
Exactly. So we basically get these beliefs, what I call core beliefs, and they get pounded into us. Okay, all of our years in school. One is that the government loves us, and it's for us, by us, and it would never hurt us. Okay, that's a big core belief that Americans have. Okay, another core belief is that these people in authority, they're out there looking out for us. Like I know everybody knows a big myth is that the cops are there to protect you, when everybody in this community realizes they're not there to protect you. You know what I mean? The courts have said it. There's been cases where people have been getting stabbed in front of the police and they've done nothing. So we know this, but we're battling against the beliefs that the government has installed in people to be able to control them. So when people like us come up and we say stuff like, "Oh, everybody's a member of the press," well, they don't realize that because the government never taught them that, and it's hard for people to break out of their comfort zone. So most people's lives consist of going to school, going to college, partying, you know, hooking up with a chick, settling down, getting married, finding a job, having kids, you know, going to work every day, coming home, eating dinner, cracking a cold beer, watching Homer Simpson, going to bed, waking up, repeating that constantly, day in and day out. People have lived their whole lives here in America from birth to death without any understanding of the society that they actually live in. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's still going on to this day. It's still going on to this day. There's people like the trolls. They have no understanding of the society that they live in. They don't understand anything about citizenship. They don't know their civic duties, which is what I consider auditing a civic duty. Okay, because when you're a free government, okay, when you're in a free society, supposedly, the citizens are tasked with watching over these people that they employ the same way that a business owner is tasked with watching over his employees. You know what I mean? Like, there's no business owner in the world that just opens up a business, gives the keys to the employees, and it's like, yeah, I'll come back and check on you every 4 years like we do when we vote. You know what I mean? And that's what America basically is now, is here you go, servants, here's the keys to the castle. I'm gonna go worry about my small life, okay? And you just worry about everything else, and I'll come back and check up on you every couple of years. And if you're not doing good, then I'll vote for somebody else. But it's just gonna be your buddy anyway, so the shit will just keep continuing, you know?
Yeah, and really,
But
it's
that's what
kind of all about, like, it's all. I mean, as far as the public schools go, one, it's unconstitutional for federal government to provide money for public schooling, and they do it all the time. I mean, just the fact that they were talking about public school teachers not getting enough money in the federal Congress, I think it was 2020, just should show, like, they're not arguing about things within their constitutional range of powers. They're worried about, it's essentially the indoctrination of our society. They want everybody to not be able to think. Like, they don't teach you how to think in school. They teach you to literally to intake
memorize.
information, yeah, and then regurgitate information onto a piece of paper, which is what all of these automatons do. They have been
The way that they
programmed
do.
their whole life to think this certain way and to think whatever the government tells me I must regurgitate as fact. And that's what they do the rest of their lives. I mean, they don't, I'm not saying they're bad people. They're just like
They're creating
helplessly
robots.
ignorant. Sorry, zombie.
They're creating robots.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, human.
Follow the program.
Yeah, that's
funding intellectuals with the state. That's what they're doing.
yes, yeah, absolutely, man. It's kind of crazy, and it kind of shows, like, when you are pretty stupid, like, you know, in school, when there's a stupid kid who's going and he's trying to make fun of, like, one of the smarter kids, and the smarter kid is able to rebut with something, like, you know, that makes the other guy angry because he doesn't actually have any intelligence. The kid that's kind of dumb just usually resorts to violence, and that's really, you know, shining through in his comment section. They're like, oh, I want this guy to get beat up, and I want this to happen to him and that to happen to him. And, you know, I do love it because, one, not only none of these people will come up to this panel. Like, I swear to God, if people come into the chat right now, I'm letting them in. It's just nobody on their side would dare to come up to this panel because they just, one, they want to leave any intellectual argument to somebody else, even though there ain't nobody coming, right? They're just stupid. And then when when they're online, they're keyboard warriors, and they say, well, I just want this guy to get hurt. I'm not going to do it, right? They're not actually going to do shit because they're just keyboard warriors. They sit behind their desk all day, eat chips and drink pop, and hope that other people do their bidding as far as violent acts go. But you know, it is what it is, right? I'm not going to stop these people from being complete
AEC,
idiots.
go.
What?
On your AEC. Can't believe it. That's dope.
What's going on, guys?
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Hell yeah.
That's
what have you been
that's a
tuning
man.
into the stream a
That's
little
a
bit?
manly beard.
That is,
Oh,
dude.
he's got the beast beard, dude.
You're rivaling James Freeman with that beard there, man. I can't lie to you. That's kind of
Except for he's not a ginger.
yeah, and that's right. He'll never quite be on James's level, just due to the fact that James is a ginger, and that's a little more unique. I hate to break it to you like that, man, but
It's called hair dye. He'd look like an Amish dude.
it's called hair dye, huh?
I'm to be a
So we've
redhead
got it straight
tomorrow.
from smoking auditor James Freeman uses hair dye. But auditing Erie County, man, have you been tuning into this stream? Have you kind of been listening to what's going on?
I was listening just before Rogue Nation got on, and the kids were around, and I popped back in just now.
Okay.
But I hear you guys talking about the trolls.
Yeah,
The
man.
Jerry Springer of the internet.
Trolls, these guys are just redcoats, straight up. They just want to give all their rights away. I don't know why they would do that. It's silly. They're losers. It's like they want to lose their rights, so they're just losing constantly. I don't get it.
Yeah, and that's well said, man. I said that in my first video ever. These cops pulled me over and put me in cuffs and started going through my crap. And I looked at them and I was like, you guys are just modern day redcoats. Like, we are of the same mind in that sense, my friend. These people are like loyalists, right? We all know that there were colonials and there were loyalists. And the colonials were willing to lay down their life to fight for freedom and what they believe in. And the loyalists just said, well, it is what it is. I'm not going to be the one to defy the tyrannical government in England. So I'm just going to go with the flow, right? And if you try to oppose the flow, then I'm going to hate you with all of my might because that's what the government told me to do. And these people are, I think Ivy Lack 420 said it best. They're sheeple. And I don't even like that term because of kind of the political group that dubbed it. But that is what they are. It's really ridiculous for sure. It's depressing, kind of.
The king alone can't rule. It needs to be persuaded. The majority needs to be persuaded that.
You know what I could say? Also, say to all those fraud or troll fraudits is you never ever hear the cops or the public servant workers when they do a great friggin' audit. We roll that footage and they look awesome. You don't hear them complain. Not one bit.
No, not at all. Yeah, that's a good point, man. They accused me of not posting any good interactions. I've got some good interactions. It's just that their people don't care to watch good interactions, and my people don't care either.
A video of a cop watching near my neighborhood where I found a herd of unicorns in the police, and every single one was respectful and
no way.
Great. Yeah, go to my channel later and watch it. Whereas
What's the town AEC that you always mention where it all went good?
What's
Isn't
that?
there a town that town that you always mention where everything went well on your channel?
Yeah, on my channel they say we're not in Lancaster anymore because we got a town Lancaster, man. And whenever I'm in Lancaster, I got no problems.
That's the same for me in Sullivan, Indiana. But I will say, if a cop doesn't think he's gonna do good, he usually just runs away. He just flees the scene. It's very suspicious, so I kind of try to chase after them often. But they do actually have they have the right. Yeah, they've got the right to run away. I don't have the right to go on a high speed chase with them. That's a right solely reserved for the special people. Fallon Filming 5.0. We're getting a little bit we're getting a repeat coming from your mic. If you could fix that. Yeah, or the resource.
Right. You don't have the resources to get away. You can't run from that helicopter. They'll put everything.
No way.
They'll put everything on you.
Absolutely. I always love playing GTA 5 because I love playing GTA 5 because it really gives me a sense of like, yeah, if I ran from the police, you could do so little as like a cop running into you and they're gonna chase after you and shoot you. And I'm just like, man, this is so realistic. Like I love it. It's great.
I got a crotch rocket. I get away from the police easy, but I'm too old. I'm too old to be doing that shit. If I go before a judge, I ran from them on my motorcycle at 38 years old, they're gonna throw me in jail.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt they will. Now,
half the time they'll just throw you in the jail anyways. As they're laughing at you.
I didn't hear whoever said that.
It was Zombie. I said, as you're laughing, as they're laughing at you,
Oh yeah,
escaped on a motorcycle.
yeah, and it's just crazy,
Well,
guys.
It's not their money at risk if they violate your rights.
That's right. That's right.
It's our
George is the goat. Frauditor mole equals coward. Well, and that's the thing, guys. Like, I'll actually disclose some information. Like, so privately, Frauditor Troll, who is the channel that we've just been reviewing in this live, sent me an email asking me to take down my last live reviewing his video down because I showed a picture of people that I claimed to be him and his wife. Now, he claims that that's not him. That's just some couple in Canada who get their money and do their taxes or whatever, which seems a little bit suspicious to me. So, but anyways, you know, I said at the time, I was like, hey, man, don't worry, I'll take it down. But then I thought to myself, well, no, let's keep it up. And I'll take it down as soon as he actually shows me what he does look like, right? Because if this helpless couple in Canada is getting so mad at him, why not just disperse all those accusations and say, hey, look, that's not us, and then show who they really are and say, this is us. This is actually who
you got to prove to me that you're innocent.
Or those people who are pissed would actually contact you directly.
So
yeah, exactly.
Canada?
Sorry, man?
Frauditor trolls from Canada?
Well, he says that there's a couple that, you know, the people who were in the picture from Canada. Like, this guy is just full of lies as far as I'm concerned. The Direct D's in the chat. Thanks for joining the chat, man. That's great. Great to have you here.
Big D.
Yeah. And he's been doing some great work out there in Arizona, that's for sure.
Man, Mesa looks fucked, dude.
Mesa's really got a hard on for Direct D, for sure.
Yeah, I always love the part where he goes like, just who wants it? Arrest me. Go ahead. And the guys want nothing to do with him. I think it's absolutely hilarious. But
I think the judge he's up against is a total tyrant. She does not know case law, and he's spitting case law like it's nothing.
well, yeah, but that's the thing is like, and DirectD will know this, like, and the judge will know this as well. It doesn't matter how right DirectD is. They're just going to be like, the judge can rule however they want.
In a public building, like how the fuck?
I know, but the judge is going to rule however she wants, and then DirectD. I mean, I think if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be DirectD. DirectD will probably have to take that to a higher level of court. You know, because this judge that he's up against is a complete idiot. It sounds like she knows nothing about the law.
It's her court. She'll do as she wants, basically.
I don't know how it works there, but here in New York, all they got to do is get elected. They don't even have to know the fucking law here.
Yeah,
like town court justices, all they got to do is know people, get elected, and they don't even have to have a law degree. They don't have to know the law. I got one here in Cheektowaga. He's a real dickhead of a cop. He's going to run for judge now. He'd violate my rights in a second. What do you think he's going to be like as a judge?
Yeah, and I think here you do have to have some sort of law degree, but like you do get elected, so you usually get the shittiest lawyers that you possibly can, being as judges. But who's this purple Chris? Stay out of jail, bud. Who is this Chris guy? Because I've been seeing a lot of Chris comments. Like I've got a friend named Chris, and you know, I don't know that he's ever been to jail or anything, but who is Chris? Who are they talking about? Could you tell us?
It's Chris and not Craig.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm Chris?
Must be.
Constantine.
That's an insult. I'm not like him. Yeah. But anyways,
You're still catching feedback?
What did you have to say, man?
Direct D is Chris.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to say.
Okay, that's right.
I just wanted to say, you know, you're doing something great when you got the people that hate.
God bless you and your beautiful rhymes.
Hey, thanks. Just wanted to say, hey, y'all are great.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Great. I mean, and guys, I really just wanted to start this live panel so we could review it. We could review that video because, I mean, this guy makes so much money off of me, and I just want to, like formally, I want to request that he gives me a public thank you because Lord knows I put so much goddamn money in his pockets. I'm owed at least one. So I want a real, like, formal public thank you, because I'm not going to do anything if he doesn't, but I'm just saying it would be polite, right? If somebody gives you hundreds of dollars, it only seems right that you thank him for it. And so that's all I'm asking from him. You know, and I don't know, does anybody in the chat think that that's unreasonable just to request a thank you from the guy?
I don't think it
I
is
think
at
we
all.
should at least
Oh,
thank
no,
you.
not at all.
It doesn't cost him a thing, right? Gets to keep all that money.
Yeah,
You
he
should get a
keeps all the
cut.
money. That's what I'm saying. Look, and he
For sure,
says in the
royalty.
thing, like,
I mean,
yeah,
for sure,
that's what I'm
royalty.
thinking as well,
If you're
Durand.
capitalists, you need a royalty.
Yeah, they're capitalists, and but the thing is like, you know, they like the state being in charge of all that capitalist mumbo jumbo. So, but really, they even say in the video, they're like, and Craig doesn't let anybody know that that he's getting money from YouTube. He won't even tell a stranger. I say to the guy in the video, I'm like, he's like, do you post it for YouTube revenue? I'm like, I might. I was like, I may. I was like, do you want your cut? And he was like, no, I want your permission, or I want you to ask permission. And then I just kind of, like said, sue me or something like that. But either way, it's ridiculous. You know, I mean, this guy just wants to cut and chop his videos up, make anybody he can look bad. He's ran out of ways to make me look bad, so he just takes my newest videos, chops them up, and just says that I say things that I don't at all. And it's not like he just fast forward so that he doesn't know what's going on. He knows exactly what's going on. But guys, yeah, I mean, really, I'm probably gonna end this here because it's time for my kid to go to bed. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but
I just
yeah, it's
want to
time.
throw two things out there real quick.
What's up,
One,
Smoking Auditor?
anyone on YouTube doesn't make a lot of money from YouTube. Not unless if you get over 1 million viewers / subscribers, and then each of your videos get millions of views. Then you might make more than 50 to $100 a video. And two,
Well, and I'll say, Smoking Auditor, that's not completely true. Like, you don't make any real money from YouTube unless you're on like James Freeman Lackluster's channel. At my level, I make basically about the same as I made at my full-time job, and which is great. You know, that's okay. At least it lets me go out and do this stuff and provide this kind of information to you guys. But you don't. It's not like you're getting rich or anything. He makes more money than I do off of my own YouTube videos. Like, he puts advertisements every minute and 45 seconds, it looks like, and he puts out like 3 videos a day because all he's got to do is get a list of memes up, picture memes, and then he's got to watch a video and pause it, insert the meme, and then insult the person while the meme is showing. It's not difficult. Like, so yeah, I mean, it is what it is, though, right? I'm not gonna hate on him or say that somebody should force him to pay me money. I just want to thank you from the guy. That's all I want. So
that, or you could just you could be an asshole and put a strikeout on him. And
I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I don't really care to do all that. I just got to strike against me for, in my last live stream, I showed a clip of Donald Trump going, I'm the best at this, I'm the best at that. Nobody's better. Nobody builds walls better than Donald Trump. And, you know, you just see the guy kind of out there and he's got this wall built and he's sitting there just putting bricks and the plaster up, and he's just the best at it. Nobody's ever done it before. But I got a copyright strike for that, and it was less than a minute. So I'm sure the guy could get copyright striked if I wanted to. I just don't care to, really. I don't have the time. I just want to thank you from the guy. That's all I want. So, and I'm not saying that, you know, I need it. It's not like I'm a cop and I want ID here, which, you know, I'm not going to turn down some good ID, of course. But, you know, I just want it. That's all I want. So, you know, but anyways, guys, I'm going to end this stream. Like, thanks for coming up. I've got to get back to my fatherly duties here. My kid is about to start going crazy, I'm sure. So I will see everybody in the panel later. Thank you all for coming up. I hope to see you guys all back. I really like this group. And thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks for all the super chats. And I'm not going to advocate for it, but if anybody wants to go over to his channel, throw a thumbs down on his videos, that'd be pretty fun. But everybody, we will see you all later. Until then, I am heading out. So thanks for joining, guys. Later.
And remember, everybody
Thanks for
record the
having me,
police.
Craig.
That's
Don't forget
right.
to record
Everybody
the police, everybody.
Everybody,
That's
film
right.
the police.
Don't come to us with, oh, this happened, this happened. If you ain't recorded it, you better be recording. It's fun to watch us, but when you ain't got that footage, we can't help you.